Alright, so one of the things that I watched in 2022 was Demon Slayer, specifically Mugen Train, which was the movie and the season. I watched both, and the Entertainment District arc. So yeah, I'm going to talk about Demon Slayer in this video, and uh, Demon Slayer's mid. Oh my gosh, I finally got that off my chest. Oh, I feel so much better. Yeah, Demon Slayer's mid. Demon Slayer's mid. Yeah, so I'm gonna get so much hate for this, but like seriously, yeah, in my opinion, Demon Slayer is one of the most overrated anime ever. I mean, I just don't think it's that great. Like everybody says, "Oh my gosh, watch Demon Slayer, it's so great, it's so amazing, it's so fantastic." And like I don't get it. It's just not really like it's not great in my opinion. It's really not. Like it's not bad, but it's extremely overrated. It's a mid anime, is what I'll say. It's a mid anime, honestly. Like I know that sounds cringe or whatever, but like yeah, it's mid, man. I'm gonna talk about why I think that and in this video. So yeah, this will certainly be a bit of a controversial take, but here we go. Anyway, so basically in regards to Demon Slayer, I obviously watched season 1. I think it was 26 episodes after it came out. And then it really wasn't grabbing me, honestly. So like I wasn't super enthusiastic about watching more. But everyone told me, "Oh, well, watch the final season. It's so good." Sorry, no. No, basically no, what was I saying? No, everybody was like basically I watched the first season of Demon Slayer on recommendation because like everyone was telling me, "Oh my gosh, it's so good!" Like, and it was like the first season was fine. It was okay, honestly. Like, I liked it well enough. And then everyone was saying that, oh my gosh, the Entertainment District arc, like, it's so good, it's so amazing. And then like, it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. Like, it's perfectly passable. Like, Demon Slayer is just like I don't know. Like I feel like it's so just incredibly overrated. Like where people talk about it like it's if it's this giant masterpiece when it's like no, Demon Slayer is no masterpiece for sure. I mean like especially compared to something like Attack on Titan, where like Attack on Titan is that one show where I think it like is actually worth the hype and the insane amount of like praise that it gets because like honestly we're not going to talk about the ending in the manga which I've already made my feelings clear on, but in terms of like the anime where it is now, like yes, I absolutely do think that Attack on Titan is worth the hype, and like the story decisions that it made and the incredible character development and everything that in that show is just absolutely like amazing. But like with Demon Slayer it's like I don't know, is this really worth like all the incredible praise and attention it gets? I don't think so. I mean like let's get one thing clear. Like, the animation in Demon Slayer is great, obviously. I don't think that many people would contest that fact. I mean, Studio UFO Table did an incredible job with the, UFO Table did an incredible job with, the movie and the, Mugen Train arc and the, Entertainment District arc. But I don't know, I just think that there are, like, much better things out there that, should be given this kind of effort into an adaptation of. I mean, I don't know. I think Demon Slayer's mid. So yeah. So anyway, talking about what actually happened and the two different arcs. So talking about Mugen Train. So this movie was good, but not great. Again, I mean, so in regards to Mugen Train, I think that the first hour of the movie really dragged with all those dream sequences. I mean, it just felt like we were wasting a lot of time with them. Like, here's the thing, I'm just not invested enough in the characters to care that much about the dreams where they're shown. Like, it was showing, like, for example, Zenitsu with his dream of, like, being with Nezuko, and it's just like, why are we wasting time on this? Why should I actually care about this? And, like, with Tanjiro and his dream about, like, him being back with his family, and, like, okay, we get it. He obviously cares about his family and wants to be back with him, but I don't know, it's just, like, I'm not really super invested in this. It was just, kind of dragged the movie down for me in the first half. But anyway, yeah, so I mean, so going on from there, basically after Tanjiro wakes up from the dream, so then what basically happens is, of course, he fights against the demon that is infecting the train. So, and I just feel like that demon, the lower what was it? The lower one, right? In terms of the 12 Kizuki, the seventh one, which was ranked lower one. So that's basically the sort of main antagonist of the Mugen Train arc. And I just feel like that demon was so incredibly wasted. Like, they did absolutely nothing with him in the end. Like, so he was built up in the finale of the last season, of season one, as like this really serious threat, because he was the only one of the lower six that Muzan decided to spare. But then he just, like, he gets defeated very easily in this movie, and then out of nowhere, a new demon that we've never seen before just pops out of nowhere, and then now he's the main antagonist of the arc. So what was the point of, seriously? What was the point of that? I just don't understand. What was the point of that demon that was introduced as the first of the lower six? I mean, he just seemed pointless. Like, he didn't have any tragic backstory. He didn't have any relation to anyone. He didn't really accomplish anything. I mean, like, it seems like it would have made sense for, like, him to serve as, like, this, sort of, mini boss for the, younger characters to sort of overcome, because, like, he's one of the 12 Kizuki, but is one of the lower ones, so maybe he could serve as, like, this, stepping stone for the characters to try to overcome and defeat before they get into the real big bosses. But, like, that's not what really happens, because Rengoku just, like, kills him immediately, like, incredibly easily, and it just doesn't amount to anything, so I don't understand, like, what was the point of him? And so it just seems like, that whole train sequence with that demon, like, I don't know, it just was not, it didn't really seem to, like, have any purpose in the end. It just felt like a lot of filler for me. So that just bothers me. And, like, I will say, though, the last, like, 20 minutes of the movie are actually, like, really good, and I really liked. Like, with the fight between Rengoku and the upper three demon was, like, really well animated and incredibly intense also. Like, in regards to Rengoku as a character, like, he was the character introduced to this movie. Like, I honestly did really like him. He was very entertaining, and just, I really got attached to him by the end. Like, with his whole, with his whole drive to succeed and protect the weak. Like, I did really like him, even though he wasn't maybe the most complex character. And I ultimately was really sad when he did die at the end of the movie. So yeah, I mean, like, in regards to the Mugen Train movie, like, honestly, what I have to say about it is that it's good but not great. Like, honestly, the first hour of the movie really drags, and, like, pretty much, I mean, the main villain of the movie, the lower one demon, he just seemed to be completely pointless and didn't amount to anything in the end. And but the last 20 minutes of the movie, I would say, was really good, so I did like that. So yeah, I mean, it's a fine movie. I don't think it I really don't think it's definitely one of the best movies out there. But anyway, so in regards to, so they did something weird and kind of interesting, which is basically they converted the movie into episodes, but I don't really get why. I mean, like, there isn't even really any major changes or anything from the movie to the episodes. Like, the only major change is that there's a filler episode for the premiere, which I don't know if it is actually filler or if it was in the manga. It feels very fillery because, like, it really wasn't necessary, and you could have gotten everything you needed to know, again, from the movie, so I don't really think it added anything. So, if it was in the manga, if it wasn't, I don't know, but it felt like filler to me. But, so, anyway, I don't know, the show version of the Mugen Train arc is basically just the same as the movie, except with that one filler episode for the premiere. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I thought of the Mugen Train arc. It was, like, kind of boring and okay until, like, the last 20 minutes of it. But anyway, so in regards to the Entertainment District arc, the next arc, which is the one that everyone was saying, oh my gosh, it's so good, you have to watch it, it's, like, amazing. The Entertainment District arc is fine, I guess. It's fine. Like, I gotta say, like, it was kind of weird and disturbing seeing the three main characters, like, who are, like, teenagers, dress up as basically prostitutes in training. Like, yeah, it's a very weird scenario that that Tengen has them doing. But anyway, so, like, I mean, basically in this arc, of course, like the three main characters have to go in this mission with the Hashira Tengen, and they basically have to stake out this entertainment district because like a lot of disappearances have been happening there, and like it's an okay plot. It's fine, it's serviceable. I mean, like Tengen, who was introduced this arc, is like he's an okay character. I liked it. I liked him fine enough. In regards to his wives, though, I thought they were like kind of boring, honestly. Like they didn't really have a ton to do. They weren't like given super memorable or complex personalities outside of like surface level character traits. Because like I mean that's just something that anime and shows in general do sometimes, where they'll just like not really give characters a ton of complexity and just give them like surface level memorable character traits, so you can like differentiate themselves differentiate them from each other, because there are Tengen does have three wives, so three different women. You sort of have to get a feel for their personalities to tell them apart. But I don't know. I just didn't really find any of them particularly interesting, because it's just like sort of surface level character traits and not much else. And like honestly, like I found that it, in addition to just finding them kind of boring, I found that one of Tengen's wives. I don't remember her name, but so the one who like always cries all the time, I found her to be incredibly annoying. Like, I mean, come on, like, isn't she supposed to be a shinobi? Like, I don't understand like why she like is so like crying and complaining all the time, and just like I did not really care for her character at all. I found her pretty annoying. So in regards to the two villains of the entertainment district art, so I found them like they're okay, I guess. They have cool designs, but I just wasn't like super invested in them. Like they don't have the most interesting of personalities. Like Daki, she has like this whole thing where she is just like extremely judgmental of other people because of their like physical attractiveness. And okay, it's a personality trait, I guess, but it's just not super interesting. And her brother is like has this whole inferiority complex where he constantly worries about his own unattractiveness, and like okay, it's a personality trait, but it's just like, and because here's the thing, here's the problem that Demon Slayer like does all the time with its villains, which is that like it always does this where it will wait until the demons are already dead to reveal their tragic backstories, and like I just feel like that's like a really bad decision, because it's just like you're making me sit through this entire arc trying to actually give a crap about these villains that are fighting the heroes, and I just don't really that much. And then like at the end, when they're already dead, you reveal their backstories and why like they're acting the way they are and their histories. And I feel like it would have been much better if you had actually like revealed their backstories much earlier on, so I could actually like care about them and kind of understand them more. Because after seeing their backstories play out in the finale of the entertainment discharge, I did genuinely find them more interesting, and care about them as characters more. But then all that time before that, while I was like watching the fights and watching them be villains, I couldn't give a crap, because like I don't know, I didn't find them really very interesting at all. It's not until you see the backstories, but at the end, that you sort of like kind of understand them more. But I just don't think that's a good decision as a narrative, because like it's just it's basically this excuse to make, see how tragic their lives were, but again, it's by the point where they're already dead. So it's just like, why didn't you show that before, so I could be more invested in the villains beforehand? It's just like, it doesn't make sense to me as a story decision. It's just like, it really bothers me. So yeah, I mean, that is one big problem I have with Demon Slayer. So in regards to the fights in this arc, in the Entertainment District arc, they are really great, but I did feel like they started out kind of dragged out in the beginning, where like, of course this is shonen, where they go on over the course of multiple episodes, and like it's definitely not as blatant and frustrating as some other shonen like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto, but it does still start out kind of dragged out with the fights in this season. So there are also like in regards to the fights this season in the Entertainment District arc, I feel like there are also just like a lot of assholes. So not assholes, sorry. No, what I was trying to say is ass pulls, which basically like for example Nezuko like getting this massive power up out of nowhere, and like, I mean, like, I don't know, it just came out of nowhere where it, obviously in the past, Nezuko has not been nearly this powerful, but in this season, she is just like incredibly powerful and is able to like stomp on Daki completely and just like beat the shit out of her. And it's just like, where did this come from? She didn't really do any training to obtain this kind of power. Like, from when we've seen her in fights before, she has not been this powerful. So it's just like, I don't really understand it. It just like came out of nowhere and doesn't really make much sense. And it just feels like an ass pull, honestly. So yeah, I mean, that just bothers me. So, and also in regards to this season, which is another massive ass pull, which is just out of nowhere, Inosuke like is just, it turns out he survived and is like being able to survive having a poisoned scythe to the heart by quote unquote rearranging his organs and being a tough mountain boy. What? That makes no fucking sense. How is it even? It's such an ass pull because like that doesn't even make any sense. How can Inosuke rearrange his organs? How can he survive poison by being a tough mountain boy? It doesn't. It's such a bullshit ass pull. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's just like, but the writer just like expects us to buy it. Like, oh, Inosuke is just alive because I said so. It's like it's ridiculous. Like, honestly, I mean, like, come on, man, you just expect me to buy that. But anyway, so in regards to talking about the series some more, in regards to the characters, I feel like one of my biggest problems with Demon Slayer is just that I'm not super invested in the characters. Like, I mean, Tanjiro, he's a fine protagonist. He's a very likable person in, everything he tries to do for, of course, his sister and to try to save people and have empathy for them. But like, I don't know, I just find Tanjiro a little plain. Like, he's a bit of a boring protagonist. He doesn't really have all these major complexities to him that, I don't know, I just don't really find Tanjiro super interesting. So Nezuko, like, in regards to her character, like, I sort of did like her at first because like she's obviously this very cute, adorable little girl who people on the internet lewd way too much. Like, come on, I mean, I look on the internet and NSFW sites and like I see so much lewd fan art of Nezuko, and it's just like, come on, people, like, I don't know her exact age, but I know she is definitely not legal. I mean it's just very uncomfortable that like so many people have her like Nezuko as like this top waifu, and like it's just, come on, she's like, pretty sure she's like around 13 or come on, man, seriously. But yeah, so in regards to Nezuko, like I did like her sort of originally as she was introduced, because it's a cool concept where she's basically this demon that sort of like trying to be able to control her demon urges and her thirst for blood, and is basically sort of being protected by Tanjiro. And I do find that concept interesting, but like honestly, after a while, she's just not really very interesting as a character, because one of the things is like she doesn't even talk, like, and so I mean, like, I feel like that's sort of a hindrance on her character. And there can be characters where they aren't able to talk and they're still able to be pretty cool and pretty fleshed out characters, and you really get a sense for their personality. But with Nezuko, I don't know, she just doesn't really grab me in any significant way anymore. I mean, she's just like not really, there's not much to her as a character, I don't think. And she's just mostly Tanjiro's sister who sometimes goes into wild fits of demon rage, and like I don't know, it's just like Nezuko is not really that much of an interesting character to me anymore. I honestly hate Zenitsu. Like, can anyone else like relate to me with this? Like, I fucking hate Zenitsu. He's so incredibly unlikable. Like, honestly, like I don't understand why people find this character like, what about him is redemptive or likable in the first place? Like, he's so fucking annoying, like with him constantly crying all the time, and like being a coward, and like creeping on Nezuko, like saying, Tanjiro, you should have told me you had such a cute, adorable little sister, and like, oh my gosh, fucking pervert. Like and again, because he's, what bothers me about Zenitsu so much is like he doesn't actually do anything in the series, and like but you would say of course he does stuff. Like, he has all those like cool moments where he like cool fight scenes where he like acts completely amazing, and like goes through this like supercharged mode, and like, yeah, but here's the problem. That's not actually Zenitsu doing that. He only does that when he falls asleep. So basically, basically you have Zenitsu, who's this annoying, incredibly raging character with like basically no almost no redeemable characters who I despise. And then like the only time he actually does stuff and contributes to the plot is when he's asleep and he's a completely different person. So you see the issue? Like it's not actually the same character. It's just like him falling asleep and becoming this unbelievable badass, like basically for no part of his own. Like it's just like the only times where he's actually bearable as a character and actually important and does stuff is like when he's asleep. It's just like, you know, you see the problem? You see the fucking problem with Zenitsu? It's like, come on, like, it's just, I don't know, I just despise Zenitsu. It's not like he's actually, he doesn't really do anything to develop as a character. He doesn't really, train to, I mean, he does train, we've seen him train in, like, season 1, but it's not like his training actually sort of, contributes to his power and his skill. It's just that, whenever he falls asleep, he becomes this unbelievable badass. And that's like an issue. So, and it really makes me not like him. So, yeah, I really fucking despise Zenitsu. He's so annoying. I do not understand why he has fans. Like, it's just, he only contributes anything to the story and, like, to the plot when he's asleep. So, yeah. So, and in regards to the characters, I have come to the interesting conclusion that I think Lord Inosuke is actually my favorite character in the whole show. He's not a terribly complex character. Like, as I said before, there was that bullshit moment at the end where he, like, says, oh, I'm a tough mountain boy, so I rearranged my organs and survived the poison. And, like, there's bullshit moments like that. But honestly, like, Lord Inosuke is, like, so incredibly entertaining and extra in everything he does that I can't help but, like, really like him now. Because, like, when he was introduced, like, I honestly didn't really like him very much, and I found him very annoying. And it's not like he's changed a ton. Like, he has, I will say, he has developed a bit, like, where he's, sort of working with the main characters and, being more friendly to them, whereas initially he was, of course, more antagonistic to them. But, like, I don't know, I just feel like he has really grown on me as a character because he's just so entertaining. And I feel like, he's just, like, I don't know, Inosuke is just, like, strangely one of the only characters that I have a real attachment to in this series. Like, I don't know, he's just so fun and entertaining, and just, like, with how he speaks and, like, how he, like, is so incredibly, like, energetic, and with him just acting like a crazy mountain man all the time. It's just, I don't know, I just find Inosuke funny and very entertaining and, likable in his own sort of ridiculous kind of way. But, yeah, I like Inosuke, he's pretty cool. I like him. He's probably my favorite character in the series. But anyway, so, yeah, in regards to Demon Slayer, like I said before, I think it's mid. I don't understand why, like, I just don't get why everyone says, like, oh my gosh, it's one of the greatest anime ever, it's so great. Like, I don't get it. I disagree. I don't think it is. Like, I really think Demon Slayer is incredibly overrated. One of the most overrated anime I've ever seen. And, like, not that it's bad. It's not bad. But, like, it's just very, like, it's incredibly overrated. It's really not nearly as good as everyone says it is. It's mid. It's fine. It's okay. It's good-ish. But, like, it's not great. It's really not. It's not a masterpiece or anything like that. If you want to watch, like, a somewhat fine show with really incredible fight scenes and really great animation, then sure, like, you can watch Demon Slayer. I'm not saying, like, because it's not a bad show. I'm not saying it is, but it's just, like, incredibly overrated. So, don't believe the hype on Demon Slayer. I don't think you should. It's not really that amazing in my opinion. Maybe it gets better in the manga. Like, obviously, the series is not finished. I think the manga has ended by now. So, I don't know. Maybe it gets much better in the manga. But I have not read the manga, so I just know the anime, and I know that where it is right now, like, it's not great. Like, even with Attack on Titan, where obviously it got better as the series went on, like, with the later seasons, like seasons 3 and 4, obviously, they're, like, way better than season 1. But even with season 1 of Attack on Titan, I was much more invested in that. I thought it was much better than, like, anything going on in Demon Slayer right now. And, yeah, so that's basically what I thought about Demon Slayer. If you have opinions that differ from mine, or if you agree with me, just anything, post your comments down below. This has been the Aromantic Shipper. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, remember, just because you can't feel love doesn't mean you shouldn't want other people to. Bye!